what is a credit union?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of a question that I personally have always wondered, and just different from a bank. Like, what's the difference there? You know?
Yeah, I had no idea myself. So I was working for Stony Brook University. This was back in 2014, and Island Federal Credit Union became a sponsor there at Stony Brook. So again, I was like, all right, well, that's great for them. What's a credit union?
Sure.
Got to meet the team there and learned that for all intents and purposes, credit unions act just like banks to your everyday consumer. Checking accounts, savings accounts, you can go there for loans, for auto loans, mortgages, businesses. The biggest difference is banks are for-profit companies, where credit unions are not-for-profit organizations. So what does that mean to your everyday person? Banks are owned by people, right? Let's say it's like a small local bank might be owned by a group of individuals, or they're publicly traded somewhere and owned by stockholders.
Sure.
So ultimately they are owned, and their job is to make money for the people who own that bank, either outright or through stock. So every 90 days, they got to get ready for that shareholder meeting and say, here's how we made you guys money. The best way they do that is when you bank there, they take your money, they loan it out for higher rates, they invest it, sometimes in some high-risk things that we've seen recently in the news, and give those profits back to the folks who actually own it. Credit unions, completely different in the sense they are not for profit. So what that means is if you join any credit union, you put $1 in a savings account there, you are now a part owner of that credit union. So the credit union is actually owned by the people who keep their money there, not some outside third-party organizations. Credit unions are run by a board of directors, and those board of directors are members themselves. So they're voted on by the members. So once you join that credit union, you get to vote who becomes a board of director and sets those policies. So the big difference is, because they are not for profit, more often than not, you're going to have less fees on your accounts, and you'll get better rates in terms of auto loans, mortgages, and things like that. So in a 30,000-foot view, that's kind of the biggest difference between banks and credit unions, and what credit unions can be to your everyday consumer.